Quest Radio. Sponsored by Quest Corporation Limited.
Good evening and welcome to the Paul Francis Show.
Deserts of Sudan and the gardens of Japan. From Milan.
Good evening all, good to see you guys. Spirit Quest Radio returns.
Every man. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me, hit me. Je t'adore, ich liebe dich. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me slowly, hit me quick, hit me, hit me, hit me. In the wilds of Borneo and the vineyards of Bordeaux, Eskimo, Arapaho move their body to and fro. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me, hit me. Das ist gut, say, fantastic. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Hit me with your rhythm stick. It's nice to be a lunatic. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Dock of Tiger Bay, on the road to Mandalay, from Bombay to Santa Fe, o'er the hills and far away. Hit me with your rhythm stick, hit me, c'est si bon, is this nicht? Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me with your rhythm stick. Two fat persons, click, click, click. Hit me.
Oh, that caught me on the hop. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Wow. As I just look in the room here, my gosh, straight away, Kay's in the room. Hi, Kay. Really great to see you. Pat, good to see you in there as well. Fantastic. Wacky, been too long. Great to see you. I'm not sure we got so far. Please copy and paste the show as normal and put it into your Facebook pages and invite all of your friends and family to become part of the show. Kay, yeah, feeling a lot better, darling. Thank you so much for even asking. I really do appreciate it. It's lovely to know that there's people out there looking out for you and keeping you going, that kind of thing. Tell you what, it's really nice. Thank you for doing that. Trying to get back into the swing of the things. It's funny, when we've been out of it for a little while, I forgot which buttons to push.
I'll take one step closer to you. Oh,
Now, it's as if you guys actually passed all the word around. People are sending me messages saying, "Oh, Paul, CD, when is it? Can we buy it now? Can we buy this? Paul, I need the CD." Thank you. Obviously, that's When the Rains Fall, which is taken from the new album Rain. Basically what happens is you produce the album, and then the album gets a thing called mastered. It goes off and it's all balanced and mastered and made sound better and so on and so forth. And then it comes back to us, then we do the artwork for it, and then the artwork is put together, it gets sent off and checked, and then it comes back to us again. And then, once everybody's happy, we start the promotion side of things. So the promotion goes out whilst the CD is still under construction. In other words, you don't wait until you have the CD in your hand before you start promoting it, basically, that's how it works. And then we get in touch with a whole pile of different companies who say, yes, we'll do the CD for you for this, and we'll do that for you, and we'll do the other for you. And now we've selected a company who is going to produce the CDs. Basically, they're the ones who produce the actual CD that you will receive. And that's where it is right now. It's being what we call duplicated. So the whole album's done. It's all ready. The artwork's done. It's all ready. And it's now with the companies where they turn it into a disc and all the paperwork that you get, like the little booklets and so on and so forth. All that's all now together. So it now then goes off to all that company, and then they have to make what's called a master. The master then is the very special disc that then gets pumped in, and all the other discs come off of that. And that's where we are right now. So I'm estimating that 21 days, I think they said. Anything between 0 and 21 days is when they can get the mastered copies back to us. So, all being well, I can imagine that everything will be done and dusted within 2 weeks. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. It's been a weird sort of thing. It's weird how things have been happening so far, because, you just think, right, you produce an album, it gets done, and out it goes. No, it's actually taken what was supposed to be coming out for sale in December has taken 2 months longer than it was even considered. So, but that's life, isn't it?
You're listening to The Paul Francis Show.
Yes, it is.
This is Paul Francis, and welcome to Spirit Quest Radio.
So please copy the show, paste it onto your Facebook pages, and invite all your friends and family. Phil, good to see you, pal.
Wait for your call, love. Call never came. I'm ready to fall, love. Ready to claim. I'm ready for it all, love. Ready for the day. behind the walls, love. I'm trying to change, and I'm ready for a ball, love. I'm ready for a change. Need me a blue sky, need me again in the rain, the rain, in the rain, the rain. Got to find yourself alone in this world. To find yourself alone.
The Paul Francis Show. The Paul Francis Show. The Paul Francis Show. Spirit Quest Radio.
Yes, indeed, the Paul Francis Show is back. Spirit Quest Radio, of course, being the home of the Paul Francis Show. Carol Young, good to see you. Larry, good to see you in there. Who else we got? We got Pat, we got Kay, Larry, Wacky, me, and Phil, of course. Great to see Phil back. It's really good to see you, Phil, back. I'm glad you're doing well. And so it is starting to build up. Please do get out there and invite as many people in as possible to the show. We have we're going to try and make the show as normal as possible. So we're going to do our best to basically sound, look, act as normal as possible. Right, time for a couple, Larry. Do you know what I could really do with one? I could really do with one. That song, Kay, that was Coldplay. That the one that song that was just played before this, that was actually Coldplay. Taken from the album. Blank on the name of the album. Some DJ, huh? Can't even remember the name of the album. Ghost Stories, of course it is. The song itself is called Oceans, taken from the album Those Stories. You probably noticed it has quite an influence over some of my music as well. I was listening to that album when I started writing Rain. Well, I got good news and I kind of got bad news. The good news, the bad news is the show is going to continue. Please don't think anything negative. The show is going to continue and it's going to go stronger and stronger. And we are moving it. Not only are we going to keep the radio show as is Spirit Quest Radio, but we're also going to be doing a television show as well. Slight bad news is it may go down to once a week for a couple of months. That's all. That's a slight bad news. It might just go down to once a week for a couple of months whilst we're working on all the other stuff, because honestly there's not enough hours in the day. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going and doing a very, 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 very focused meditation on healing, the healing power of the strength of the healing energy. We're going to be doing that tonight. All right, so Yes Phil TV is definitely happening. 2 shows, to be honest. One's called Haunted, and the other one is Reach Across. So they're both in the as we speak. Also, with thanks to Kev. I haven't heard from Kev today. I know he's working on stuff at the minute, but I'll be appearing in Derek Akora's new TV show, Beyond the Grave. I'll be featured in quite a bit of that actually coming up. So it's all happening, and some of you know, some of you don't know, but we're going through a lot of personal stress at the minute, which is something I don't really talk about a lot, but just trust me, and the energy that I need tonight of you guys is beyond words, basically. But I'm dedicating this show and every show to my absolutely phenomenal dad, and sending all the energy we have around the globe to him. So, onwards with the show.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more, people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never share, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fool said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out its warning, and the words that it was forming. And the sign said the words on the prophets are written on the subway walls, in tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence.
Absolutely astounding, isn't it? That is just absolutely astounding version of that song. I was trying to do some work in between, the playing of the song. It's 4 minutes and 20 seconds, so I thought, right, okay, I'll get back onto Facebook and start promoting the show through there again, obviously because we haven't the time to do it. And I couldn't do it. I just found myself locked into that song. It is absolutely amazing song. Absolutely. Alexandra, it's good to see Alexandra back in the room tonight. It's really good to see you. Where else have we got? Anybody else come in yet? Not yet, but it is the first show back, and it always tends to be a little bit light on the very first night, but a lot of people didn't know that we were going to be back tonight. Last week we were supposed to be back, but the god of technology decided, no, you're not going to be back. So technology decided, it's amazing how technology works, in the fact that it works in your benefit but against you at the same time. So basically what happened was, inside the computers in the studios, there are these chips, and inside this chip is designed to protect the computer. So we had some really heavy storms a couple of nights before. I think it was a Monday and a Tuesday, and clearly there had been a lot of high lightning and stuff like that, and thunder, and we had a lot of that stuff. And it had actually hit the systems that are connected to our studios. So all the computers went into shutdown mode, literally. So when I came into the studios that morning to switch on the computers to get ready for the show for the day, none of the computers worked. And we were like, you are having a laugh, right? And I thought, oh gosh, that's going to cost thousands of pounds to replace everything. And so contacted Steve down in Apple Crumble in Penzance, who was absolutely brilliant. And I said to Steve, listen, this has happened, that's happened. And he said, right, take them down to me. So on the way over to Penzance, and he said, right, here's what's happened. And this chip kicks in, shuts everything down to protect the computer. So it was all down to that, and we had have to have a lot of work done. So that's why there was no show. But thankfully, Steve has done a phenomenal job. So if you're in the Mac, if you have Apple Mac, and you're in Cornwall, you could do well to bring your computers down to Steve down there at Apple Crumble in Penzance. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant guy. Yeah, that's right, Phil. The band that did that version there, The Sound of Silence, the band that did that version, was a band called Disturbed. Debbie White is in the house. Debbie, it's really great to see you. It's really great to see you. I've known Debbie for some time now. She's an absolute darling, absolute sweetheart. And every now and again, when she turns up to the to my shows somewhere, she's always just got that lovely energy about her. She's just absolute. She puts a smile on your face no matter where she turns up. Good girl. So I'd like to say thank you very much, guys, for all your support, and thank you for sticking by us. I know it's not always the easiest thing to do, to stick by us, but thank you for doing that. Cindy's going to come and join us. Cindy, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Tonight I'm going to be doing some angel cards along with angel numbers, and we will be maybe doing the runes as well. But we'll see how that one works out time-wise. I genuinely want to... Actually, do you know what? I'm going to bring the music down because I want to get my point across here. I really, really, really want to say that you guys have no idea at how much we are grateful to you. You guys are always there. You're always backing us up. You're always with us. You're always supporting us. You're always sending fantastic energy towards us. And it's why we keep Spirit Quest Radio going. Okay? Sometimes it can be tough to be doing things, but we do it because you guys are so supportive. Alright? And we will keep doing it, and that's why we are now moving things up. All of the equipment's being brought in now for the TV show, and we're going to be starting doing test filming for the TV show, and onwards from there, basically. Okay, we have a lot of plans for 2017, which involves a lot of live television, literally streaming straight from the studios right onto your computers, literally as it's happening. Those are all planning. We've got all that underway. We've got a lot happening. Trust me, we've got a lot happening. So, onwards and upwards. Tonight will be a bit more relaxed, but the one part of tonight's show will be the meditation, which is on healing. And I'm going to need you guys big time on that. So, as normal, I'll give you a heads up when we're going to be doing that. But at that point, when we are looking at doing the meditation, it's probably a really, really good idea that you get your headset in, you get a good glass of water, chill yourselves out, and when I bring you into the meditation, I'm just going to ask you, I'm going to be very, very selfish tonight, and I'm going to ask you to dedicate tonight's energy towards my wonderful dad. Alright, so I'm going to ask that of you as a selfish favour tonight, if you wouldn't mind.
When I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. And while combing my hair now, and wondering what dress to wear now, I say a little prayer for you. Forever, ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever, ever, ever. Together, together. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me. I run for the bus stand, but while riding I think of us still. I say a little prayer for you. And at work I just take time, and all through my coffee break time, I say a little prayer for you. Forever, ever, ever. Stay in my heart, and I will love you forever, ever, ever. I love you together, together, together. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me. Nobody but me. Forever, ever, ever. Stay in my heart, and I will love you forever, ever, ever. I love you together, together, together. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me. My darling, believe me. For me there is no one but you. Please love me too. I'm in love with you. Answer my prayer. Answer my prayer, babe. Answer my prayer. Say you love me too. Answer my prayer. Answer my prayer, babe. Answer my prayer. And forever, ever, ever, ever. I will love you forever, ever, ever. Apart, oh how I love you together, together, together. That's how it must be to live without you. Would only be heartbreak for me. Oh, nobody but me. My darling, believe me. For me there is no one but you. Please love me too. This is my prayer. Answer my prayer now, baby. This is my prayer. Answer it right now, baby. Say you love me too. Answer my prayer. This is my prayer, baby.
I'm in love with you. So what was I doing? Yes, I was pressing buttons, and hopefully things were working. But they do sometimes, and sometimes they don't. Right, so tonight's show we're going to be looking at, of course, doing the angel numbers along with the angel card reading. So we'll be doing that in a little while, and we'll be doing a focused, very, very focused meditation. And that'll be coming up a bit later on in the show. Of course, we will do the usual by looking at the star signs, and I'll be looking at those momentarily. Quick peek at the weather, see what's happening there. And this weekend, I was supposed to be in Ireland with my wonderful buds. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make that this weekend, so the boys are going to have to go and have a lot of fun without me. But I have absolutely no doubts in my mind that we will be doing it again. So I will be back with them again very, very soon. And so I'm wishing them all the very, very best, and have a great time, and remember the good old days. So it's great to be back. It's good to see so many of you already in the chat room. Please, please, please copy and paste the show onto your Facebook page, if you'd be so kind. Invite all of your friends and family to come along and be a part of the show. So, a lot of people coming to me telling me that they're suffering from that flu that I went through last week. Really odd kind of a flu. It wasn't there. It was kind of like on Saturday morning. I was feeling a bit, bit achy. Just achy, as if you were tired. That kind of tired, achy feel. Nothing like, oh my god, I need to go to bed. Nothing like that at all. Saturday night, I felt a bit more ache. Just had a rough week. I just want to rest. That kind of a feel. Sunday, I started having a headache. Sunday night, I went to bed. Tuesday, I got up. It hit me so hard. My eyes were running. My nose was running. I was sweating. I was cold. It was like, oh my god, what's happening? And it took me literally the entire week to get rid of it. I was like aching, like you would never believe. But that's called man flu. So that's the way life is, and you just got to get on with it, get over it. Alex says she needs a little bit of Supernova tonight. I shall have a wee peek, see if I can pull that on for you. Shouldn't really be any problem, really, should it? Now, another little point I'd like to talk about tonight, if I may, is people receiving rubbish readings. Okay, absolute and utter tripe readings. And I've had to look at some of these readings recently. And oddly enough, normally I wouldn't do it because normally I think a reading is a very personal thing. Normally I don't get involved. Normally I step back and I go, oh, no. I don't make aspersions on any other mediums or psychics. I don't do that. That's not something I do. I don't do that. Okay. However, during my time off, I did have the time to read and talk to quite a few people who had readings which were just so pathetic. It made me actually want to cry. So let's discuss a little bit of that. Something that I had got involved with recently, and when I say recently, it was about 8 months ago. I was actually talking to 4 or 5 friends of mine, really high quality mediums, and we were discussing whether or not we should do something like the psychic police, basically, where we would actually look at these charlatans who are out there and ripping people off left and right, and really giving people bad advice. And really, you see, the golden rule of any medium, the golden rule of any psychic medium is they must take responsibility for the information they give. They must take responsibility for the information that they give. Okay? That's it. Not up for discussion. It's not up for discussion. Right? It's not up for yeah, but. There's no yeah, buts comes into it. Alright? So, some of the stuff that I've been looking at is so ridiculously stupid. It has been untrue. Alright? Now, one of the big things about a psychic and a psychic medium is perspective. Alright? Remembering perspective is a key part of any reading. So, every single person that sits in front of me, well, no, actually, it used to be 100% everybody sits in front of me, I didn't know, but I have so many repeat clients now. Obviously I get to know them, but I don't know the person, say on average, who's sitting in front of me. I don't know them, so therefore my perspective on this information could well be a decider one way or the other. Luckily I was trained by the best. I was trained by a phenomenal medium, and I do mean genuinely phenomenal medium, and it's not up for me to, and I never get involved with the reading. I never get involved with the information. I don't get an emotional attachment to the information in any way, shape or form. So that gives me a better perspective on the data. What I've been teaching my students is it's not your information. So therefore you do not have any thought about it. You receive it, you deliver it. That's it. Okay? So, when people say to you, oh, your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your friends, your brother, your sister, your nephew, your niece, your son and your daughter are angels, No, they're not. Alright? Angels have never been human, and humans will never be angels. It is written that there's only one person, one human, was given the honor to become an angel. That's what it's written, okay? And that was Metatron. Now, I can't argue the one over the other. I can't argue because I don't know. It's simple as that. I don't know. She's around, Debs. She will be here at some point. I'm hoping. You know what Johanna's like. She's always late. So, your friends and family who cross over, no matter how they connect to you, can and will be a part of your life. They will be, but they are not an angel. All right? You can refer to them as an angel. By all means, I call my daughters, all my daughters, little angels. I do. I call them that anyway. But they're not an angel perspective. In other words, wings and harp and blah, blah, blah. Now, not all angels are as you think they are as well, by the way. Not all angels are the big flowing white robe and the golden halo and the wings. No. Some of them actually look quite grotesque. But they're still angels, and they still do good work. For an example, an example of that is if you go to a church or a cathedral or whatever, very often you'll see on the outside very grotesque looking creatures. Gargoyles. Kind of angels. So they're not all the way. Now, anyway, let's go back to the point here. The point is basically this. When your friends and family who cross over, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, cousins, friends, children, they will very much be a part of your life, and they'll be there to help you. They're what we refer to as helpers, okay? They do not become your guide, okay? And again, that's another reason people say, oh yeah, my dad is my guide. No, he isn't. Alright, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. I'm not trying to be all high and mighty and blah, blah, blah. No, he isn't. Because your dad can't occupy two places at the same time. Alrighty? So, mom and dad are here on the earth plane, and you're here. Your guide, you've already got a guide, because your guide is given to you before you're born. Okay? So, if mom and dad are here, they can't be your guide because they're here. You follow me? So, think of it like that. Now, moms and dads, brothers and sisters, grandparents, cousins, aunties, go as far out on the family tree as you wish, will absolutely, definitely be a part of your life. They don't clear off into the ether and that's it, you never seen again. No, they're very much connected to you. I see my vocation, not a job, my vocation, to try and get it across to everybody that you really don't need a medium. I genuinely do that. I see my whole life, career, and drive and movement forward to eliminate the fear of death so that you guys can get on and live. That's what I do. Okay? I don't try to be any good. I don't do it for that. I don't do it for acclamation. I don't do it for notoriety or fame or anything like that. I spent a good proportion of my life worrying about death, and I just don't want anybody else to do that. So I see my job as to try and eliminate the fear of death so that you get on with living. And I've said this 1,000 times. If you want to honor those who have crossed ahead of you, then be the best you can be here and now. Alrighty? Don't waste your life for one given second, alright? Don't waste it. Okay, climbing down off my soapbox now. On that particular subject, please, let's start a conversation going. So fire away with questions on that particular subject. I'm really sorry for all of those people out there who've had really bad readings, and I do apologise for that. I don't know where you're getting them from, but I've had them sent to me, and I'm like, this is so wrong, it's untrue. Okay, so fire away with questions. Very, very happy to answer those. If you're not in the chat room, then text them to me, 07837 627 942. 07837 627 942. Text it to me now if you like. Or talk to me on the chat room. If you're listening to my voice but you're not in the chat room, then follow the little link that got you to hear my voice. And in there you'll see a little bubble, like a little chat bubble. Click on that. That will take you straight into the chat room on the show, and you can talk to me immediately. Okay, first of all, let me just address what Alex has said there. Okay, number one, Alex says, I tell people that the information comes from spirit. Yep, that's correct. But take responsibility if the information is wrong. No, the information is wrong. So you're actually overthinking there. This is what I said. That's proof that you get involved with the information. It's not for you to say whether the information is right or wrong. You're the medium. The job is to receive the information and deliver it. Think of yourself as a mailman or a male person, obviously, because you're a lady. You shouldn't be interfering with that mail in any way, shape, or form, and any descriptive. You shouldn't be stretching it. You shouldn't be trying to make your opinion on it. Nothing. You get absolutely disassociated with that information completely. If the letter comes down and says, "Dear such and such, I am here and I want you to know that I love you and I am safe," then that's all you deliver. Okay, you don't embellish it. You don't drag it out, you don't stretch it, and you don't put little flowers all around it. You deliver it as they gave it to you. That's a good medium. A famous American medium says mediums get in the way. Well, whoever that famous American medium is, that's their perspective. Alrighty? So, John Edwards, who is a guy that I hold in high regard, highly respect John Edwards, he says, you're the mailman, deliver the mail. Don't read it. So a good medium will never ever get involved with the data that comes through. Okay? It comes in, they deliver it. Now, how they deliver the information, it's up to the person receiving the information whether or not they put it into their particular life properly. It's up to them. How would you know that information is wrong or right? There's absolutely no way you could know whether it's wrong or right. You get the information, you deliver it, end off. Okay? Now, if you have a good link to your guides and a good link to that spirit will tell you whether you've done it correctly or not, or you've got the point across that they wanted. Okay? If you haven't got that point across, then they should come in and say, no, you did that wrong. That's not what I meant. Okay? I've sat here with clients and argued with them about their families because spirit are telling me something other than what they're telling me. And I've got a lot of people here going, "Oh yes, Paul, I get that," and the spirit going, "No, they didn't." And I go, "But they just said they did." No, they're thinking of the wrong person. And I will often say to the client, "Look, I'm sorry, thank you very much for accepting that, but however, you're thinking of the wrong person. There's another person that fits under that name, under that category, with that scenario going on, right?" And they're going, "No," and I'm going, "Yes, there is. The spirit is telling me." Okay, so you deal that way. I've argued with people. Now, if I was a lesser medium, I would accept what they said. "Oh, yeah, no, look, isn't he good?" No, I'm not here to be good. I'm here to get a message across from spirit to the person that's sitting there, get that message in the way they're showing it to me, and deliver it in how exactly they want it delivered. Now, it's up to that person to put that into their perspective, not for us to do that for them. If we were doing that for them, then we would be trying to live their lives for them. And that's not what we do here. Shen, it's great to see you, darling. Welcome to the show. Always welcome, Shen. You're a sweetheart. Good to see you. Let me just get stuck in here. I'm told I have 9 guides. Okay, good. One is my gran. No, it isn't. Your gran will be your helper, but not your guide. Okay. Wacky, K, Debbie, hey Paul. Oh, Shen, now hi Shen, good to see you. Aren't we born with guides and angels, Paul? We aren't. Yes, we are. We're all given guides pre-coming into this world. The guides we receive in advance. Yes, and they work with us from the moment we draw breath to the moment we release. Okay? And angels will come into play as well. Actually, just a second, because somebody infamous is arriving in the studio. Hang on. Yep, she's arrived. Oh, 57 minutes late. That's got to be a record. Anyway, where are we? Yes, so let's talk about that again. So, no, your grandmother is not your guide. We are born with guides, and angels do help and work with us? Yes, they do. But the difference between an angel working with us and a guide a guide can step in at any time. A guide can step up and step in and try and help you alter things that are going on around you. An angel can't. An angel can only do that once you've actually asked for that to happen. So an angel can work with you, but it's on request. All right. Where are we? But if the client says no, that's wrong, what do? Then you stick with what you've got. All right. If you start altering the data that you've been given, you are then wrong. All right. Stick with what you've been given, present it, and give it. Although it's usually is right, it's John Everett. Sorry, Alex, I didn't understand what was written there. I didn't make sense. Sorry. Try that one again. Hi, Paul. I've had strange experience lately. Twice in the last week or so, my landline rang and it came up as my mom's old number. We still got it stored, and I wondered if that could be a sign of her. Yes, I would accept that, Angie. In fact, when my saintly mother passed away, bless her heart. Oh wow, miss that lady. Something funny. I remember discussing this with my brother. I had a missed call from our home. My phone still says Mum and Dad Ireland, and I had a missed call, and I tried ringing back to our home in Ireland 3 or 4 times, and the phone just weren't ringing. Tried the following day, and the phone just kept ringing on. So I happened to be talking to my brother that following day, and I said, listen, have you heard from Dad? And he said, yeah. And I said, oh, I had a missed call from him, and I can't seem to get a hold of him. And he goes, oh, well, he's right here. My brother was in Newquay in Cornwall, yet the phone from Ireland rang. So, and I showed it to the guys. I went, look at that, there's a missed call, you can see it. But when my dad checked way back when this happened, and there had been no outgoing calls. So yes, spirit can manipulate and work with anything that has energy. Anything that's got energy. Mobile phones, house phones, electric lights, televisions, radios, whatever. And that's why a lot of radio systems are used these days in paranormal investigations. They call them ghost boxes. Basically what they are, they're radios that are in between frequencies, and they use what we refer to as white noise. Alex says, I appreciate that very much. I can only deliver what I'm told. Exactly, and stick to that. Do not variate from that, and you will be well on your way to becoming a really good medium. No, your gatekeeper won't be your grandmother either. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be a butt here. But it's time that realistics were laid out in front of you, okay? You're a guide. I'm not just Alex, by the way. I'm talking to every human here that's listening to my voice. When you're getting ready to be born, okay, you are assigned a guide and a gatekeeper. Okay, your gatekeepers are there, and they're very, very wise, very, very old, but to this day, I've had people who say, yeah, but it looks like my mom, it looks like my dad, it looks like my grandparents, and blah blah blah. No, okay, because your grandparents are on the same journey you're on, and their grandparents were on the same journey you're on, and your children will be on the same journey you're on, and their children, and so on and so forth. We're all on this journey. We're the guys that are on the university course. Okay? Call it the University of Life. And we're still learning. Okay? And we never, ever, ever, ever stop learning. Paul, when a past one comes into your dream, would it be because they're bringing you a message? Very often, yes, Shan. I wouldn't always say... Okay, let me just describe... Okay, that's a great question, by the way. And this is what I've always wanted from this show. Questions and answers going on like this. Okay, when you have a dream about a person who's crossed on, okay, there are two options. One is a dream, and one is what we refer to as a visitation. Now, let me explain the difference between the two. One, a dream. A dream state is when your conscious and your subconscious are working together and putting in everything. If you want to call it filing everything into place, put everything in your different files and different parts of your compartments of your brain where long-term and short-term memories and emotions are stored and memories are stored and thought is stored and so on and so forth. So when your conscious and your subconscious are working together, they create weird and vivid scenarios, what you and I refer to as dreams. Okay. Now the difference between a dream and a visitation is you'll forget the dream. Okay, because it's really a movie, so it's not. It's really, it's based on a reality, but it's not real. Okay. Now a visitation is something completely different. When we go into a deep sleep, we enter a stage which is called REM, R-E-M, Rapid Eye Movement. That's what it stands for. And we have three states of conscious. We have alpha, beta, and theta. Okay, alpha is what we are doing right now. Beta is a light sleep or a heavy daydream, if you want to call it that. And theta is a stage that you enter when you're in a deep sleep. Okay, and that's where REM comes into play. Now, it is in that stage of conscious a human being can receive message from those who have crossed on. So, at that point, we refer to that as visitation. Now, a visitation is worth 1,000 readings because that is your loved one making a direct contact to you. Now, you will remember every single thing about that dream. Let's refer to it as a dream for now because people get all hung up when I say visitation. You'll remember what happened, where they were, where you were, what you talked about, what you felt, what you smelled, what you encountered, what you experienced, and you'll remember every single thing of that package. Okay? I remember 3 instances where my mom came through to me in visitations. The first 2 I just couldn't handle. I just couldn't deal with it. I ended up sitting on the edge of my bed and crying like a little baby. And the third one, oddly enough, she used my brother Pete as a tool. My brother Peter is not what you would call a believer of what we do. Alright, I don't think he dismisses it completely, but he doesn't believe really completely in what we do. So that's okay. That's the way it should be. I'm not here to convince anybody. I'll never will be here to convince anybody. People come to me, I'll deliver them a message, I'll deliver them a reading, and I'll leave it, and I don't get involved with it. But anyway, Mom came to me in this visitation. We were at the hospital where she passed. My family and I were sitting in the canteen having a meal, which we did every night while Mom was being prepared and having a bed bath and that kind of thing. And I was sitting in the canteen and I just looked over and she came walking towards me. I was like, Mom? So she came walking up towards me and I noticed that her right arm was missing. And I said, Mom, what's the deal with the arm? And she said, well, it was actually keep the arm and die, or lose the arm and come with you. And I said, what? And she said, well, it's either keep the arm and die, or lose the arm and come with you. So I decided to lose the arm. And she said, wow. I was like, wow. Okay, so everything, we're good to go. And she goes, yeah, we're good to go. I said, shall I get the car? And she said, yes, go and get the car. And I got up, and as I walked off to get the car, I came out of the dream. And part of me for a moment was like, oh, it was another dream. But oddly enough, I felt completely different about it. I didn't feel as sad. I didn't feel as down. I didn't feel as energyless. I felt wow about this. Then, as I say, she used Peter as the tool here because I spoke to Peter a couple of days later and I said, hey, I had a dream about Mom. And he goes, oh, what was it? And I told him the dream and he went, oh, yeah, that's Mom. I said, what do you mean that's Mom? And he goes, Mom's favourite saying was, I'd give my right arm for that. Now, I'm a professional medium. I've been doing it for many, 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 many years. And I didn't even make that connection. He did in an instant. So she used him as a bit of a tool to say, hey, it's all cool. So I don't know if Pete got the message to say Mom was coming through to say, look, I actually am really, really good. Don't worry about it all. I got that message and I've never been as sad since. Doesn't mean I miss her any less. but I've not been as sad about her crossing. I know she's happy, and I know she's with family. So, Sue Searle has come into the room. Wow. Hi, Sue. Really good to see you. And, well, I'm sorry I missed you down here when you were down, but I hope everything's brilliant up country and you're working well. Hopefully, as I say, maybe I'll get up to do some work with you in the very near future. Who else have we got coming on down there? Hiya. Sue Searle's love. She's about 4'8" and a dynamo of energy. Absolute dynamo of energy. Absolute sweetheart of a lady. Yes, Alexandra, we know everything. As Johanna often says, one story's good until another one's told. We're just flying down here to see if there's any more questions coming in. Teeth, yeah, they are well, we would call molars, premolars, eye teeth. Shen says, thanks, Paul. That makes sense. When Dad passed, I would cry all the time, and I would be making myself sick. I dreamt I went to visit my dad, who was bedridden, and he lifted his leg, gave me a kick. That's cool. That's it doesn't matter how they get through to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Sue Searle. Please have a look there, Sue there. Sue is, in my humble opinion, one of the best mediums in the UK. Now, she won't accept that because she's an absolute darling, but if you are up in the northern part of this country, you would do yourself a big favour and go and have a reading with that lady. Alrighty, Sue Searle. An absolute gem of a lady, and Sue and I have known each other for, I don't want to say out loud how many years, but an absolute sweetheart of a lady, and one of the few mediums that I actually say is the best. Okay. And you never know, watch out, she could well end up as a guest on the TV show. So, if you're in, I think it's Doncaster, Sue, am I right? Is my memory correct? Doncaster? If you're in the Doncaster area, or in that northern part of the country, then go across and have a reading with that lady, alrighty? And you would do yourself a massive favour. Keep the questions coming. If you're listening to my voice and you're not in the chat room, then why not? Come and join us.
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. When my hair's all but gone and my memory fades, and the crowds don't remember my name. When my hands don't play the strings the same way, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul could never grow old, it's evergreen. And baby, your smile's forever in my mind and memory. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways, and maybe it's all part of a plan. Well, I'll just keep on making the same mistakes
gentlemen. Davey's actually probably listening to the show. Well, let me tell you who Davey is. If you have seen the Riverdance, if you actually saw the original Riverdance, okay, Davey was the guy who was sitting in the right through. You know, the show goes through its whole sort of scenario, the way it works, and then there's one part where the whole show dies down. There's this guy sitting on his own on the stage with the pipes, and that's Davey. That's Davey Spillane, and he listens. I know he and I linked in, and he listens to the show now and again. So, Davey, if you're listening in tonight, Shilonga Foy, which is Irish for hello. So anyway, so that's Davey. So type in, go into Google or go into YouTube and type in Davey Spillane, and it'll come up. And this one's called. Well, actually, I've no point in trying to pronounce this. Can I copy and paste that? No, I can't actually. Let me just see if I can get the name of that for you right now. Where has that gone? Okay, copy that and stick it down in there for you guys. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. And what he's playing is the Ulan Pipes, which is the bit at the bottom there you were seeing. That's the name of the music. And it's in Irish, so don't even bother. This, at the bit at the bottom is what he's playing, which is the Ulan Pipes, which are Irish. So Davey Spillane and the Ulan Pipes, and that's the guy who is in the centre of the show playing that music on Riverdance. So there you go. So where are we? It's time to have a quick peek at star signs. According to stars, we are still under the heading of Pisces. Get to that in a few seconds' time. Have a quick peek at the weather, which is something I like to do. Well, it's not too bad. It's Aviemore in Scotland is the coldest part of the UK tonight, but we'll get to that in a second. So, in the northwestern parts of the country, it is raining, 7 degrees in Edinburgh, Belfast raining 8 degrees, Manchester 8 degrees, Hull 8 degrees, and cloudy. Cardiff is 9 degrees. London 10 degrees and cloudy. St Helier 11 degrees. Aviemore in Scotland, like I said, is 2 degrees. That's the coldest part of the UK tonight. Stafford 4 degrees. Seymour is 5. Penrith is 6. Rich Hill I'm assuming it could well be Rich Hill in Ireland, 6 degrees. The lizard here in the UK is when it flips across to the higher temperatures, shall we say. The lizard here down at that's the most southerly point of the UK, by the way, not Land's End. The most southerly point of the UK is actually the Lizard Point, which is only just about 15 minutes from where we are right here, and that's 11 degrees. Southwold 12 degrees. Souderstone 12 degrees, Bognor Regis 14 degrees, but the hottest part of the UK tonight at 15 degrees is Heathrow. It's not looking great. It's going to stay cloudy for the remainder of the week, but temperatures are beginning to rise, and the clouds get heavier and the storms start to rain. But you know what I tell people? If it didn't rain, we would not be able to survive. Now, Mr. Elliot, Kev is going to be connected in with us very, very, very shortly. And I'm going to ask her Royal Highness here is if she's brought up. Yeah, let's wait first for now. Can you hear everything on your headset? Of the wise Chinese, shut your face. So let's have a quick peek. The company that supplies us with the star signs and do the readings, write the readings out for us, have changed it all. And it's like, what's this? Right, so I'll start it off tonight. A conversation with a friend could result in you collaborating on with an idea or project that appeals to you greatly. Although this might seem like minor matter at the moment, it could blossom into something really worthwhile later. Not funny, Kev's going to be coming on in a minute. There we go. Later in the week, the focus shifts to your communication sector. Well, hello, it's what I do. And and here you may be guided to spend more time with those you care about. Calling or re-emailing or generally letting them know that you are there and you can help them cement those key bonds. Out of the 5 stars tonight, us Pisceans, we have 3 for love, 3 for mood, 3 for money, and only 2 for our career. That's going to change though when Kev comes on, because he's going to change it all around for us. Yeah. You can read love. I'll read love. Hang on a second. Sorry. Try it again.
Switched me off, didn't you?
Yeah, I love this button. If only I could make this button in real life.
You
Go for it again.
Right, okay. If you want to impress someone at the beginning of the week, pull out the stops. You really know how to wow a romantic prospect. So your advances will almost unquestionably be returned. You may find yourself surrounded by people who are already partnered up over the weekend. But don't give up hope that it will happen to you. Find motivation in a couple you admire.
Oh, that's quite cool. I was kind of listening to that, but then I kind of lost it while I was looking at the board here, the mixing board where it brings all our signs through, and I was thinking, is she getting through or not? Because I couldn't really see. So I kind of lost. I should have been listening to that because it's I'm Piscean. Anyway, here we go. In relation to career, a recent boost of confidence will get shaken up with some unexpected source. Try not to get all bent out of shape because of this. Realize that it's a sporadic shake. I'll read that again. Realize that this is a sporadic shake-up, and it's only passing phase. So don't let it slow you down in any way. I know what that is. That's those idiots that we call bankers.
Ah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what that is. Oh, there you go. You best read money then.
I best read money because you always get annoyed when you read the money bit.
I don't like money.
Okay, so you have a unique situation on your hands this
week.
Unique.
Okay.
Situation.
I will never have a unit in my hand.
Every time I try and do my reading, you interrupt. Be quiet.
Shut your face.
Shut your face. You have a unique situation on your hands this week regarding debt and other people's money. Although part of you wants to make more progress on the debt repayment front, another part may hold you back from doing all that much. One thing is for sure. Taking a proactive stance. No, you said it wrong there.
Good of you to speak, wasn't it?
Yeah, and accepting all of your responsibilities will yield the best results in the long term.
Awesome. Health. Today's aspect gives you a feeling of unrest, psychologically more than physically. In fact, if you use this exercise to beat back those senses of malice, which will translate, they could cause you to be, well, you'll be better off for it. So just basically work more in the celestial side of things. There you go. The celestial configuration brings about self-interest and insensitivity in people. 2 qualities that rub you the wrong way. Absolutely, you could not be more correct there. I hate insensitivity, and I hate people who think they're all that. Well, I don't use the word hate, do I?
No, you don't.
I don't use the word hate, so I withdraw that. I dislike that concept. Anyway, for your own sake, focus on yourself and treat your body the way you would like it to be treated. You have to be treated gently, kindly, and with respect.
Okay.
She's forever giving me grief about that now. So let me just get one of that. So keep that respect. I think it's probably a really good idea if you read the teen.
I read the teen.
Yeah.
Okay. You trying to say I've got a teenage mind?
No, it's just that you can communicate with teens and I can't.
Right, that's true. That's actually quite true. Anyway, you can accomplish just about anything you put your mind to on Monday and Tuesday. Things don't come to you as easily to you on Wednesday and Thursday, but with a little hard work and creativity, you should still be able to finish what you start. It might seem like you can't say anything wrong on Friday and Saturday, don't believe that, but you might want to question why everyone is agreeing with you without asking any questions.
I like that. I'm going to read the pet one, and I'll do the Chinese. I think probably you could do is the tarot one,
Okay.
and you've just done the teen, so the tarot one. There's a food one as well. You could do the food and the tarot, and I'll do the pet and the Chinese, or Chinese pet.
Oh, we've done the health, haven't
I've done the health.
we? Yeah.
Let's do the pet one. This is for all the little pets. Okay. Is your pet's area of the house a mess? Yeah, it is, oddly enough. Monday's the day to clean it up. Between Tuesday and Thursday, you are tempted to be critical of a friend, relative, or neighbor who isn't raising his or her pet like they would. Things will run much more smoothly if you take a live and let live approach. Money is tight at the end of the week, so avoid buying anything unnecessary for your pet this Friday or Saturday. Avoid buying unnecessary things for your pet this Friday or Saturday.
If I see an outfit that suits Holly, I'm going to buy it.
Sweet God.
She has to look pretty.
Well, there's that all about it. Right, you go ahead and do the food and the tarot, and I'll finish off with the Chinese.
Okay, so let's do the food then. You're in the middle of some very earthy energy this week, which provides a strong foundation for anything you cultivate greater. Start again. Strong foundation for anything you want to build in your life. Security could be a big issue for you, as things haven't been easy lately. You're also paying off debt, which helps you cultivate greater well-being. All this means that you're able to put your sensory apparatus to work on appreciating your meals. Soft tacos with spicy chicken are easily made in a wok and delicious to boot.
Tacos are made in a wok? Really? Who said that?
They did.
Cleaning up in the kitchen before. Tacos are actually Mexican.
I know, but the inside of the tacos you do put in the wok, don't you, when you do the chicken and stuff?
You can do it, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I presume that's what it means.
Right, anyway, you can do the other one, tarot, or do you want me to do the Chinese one first?
You can do the Chinese one and then I'll do the tarot.
Okay. Right. Well, actually, no. I think I'll do the Chinese last because, like, you've got all of those animals that I've got to go through periodically, which we'll do that along with all of the people. Now, bearing in mind that I was born in the sign of the dragon and the Piscean. I'll do that in a second, but I think you should do the tarot one quickly first.
Okay.
We've got Arkev here.
We have got Arkev here. Hello, Sir Crypto.
Hang on, mate. You're not. I'm going to make you live. There you go. Hi, Kev.
Hello, people. How are you doing? Are you well?
We are. Well, we're good. How are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, I've been very, very, very busy.
I know, and I was kind of telling everybody earlier that you're up to your neck in work, and we'll talk about that in a moment or two. But what's your birthday? What's your birth sign anyway?
Piscean, sir.
Ah, right. So we're together.
So the tarot that I've just pulled out because I pulled out the money tarot for this week, and the money tarot that I've pulled out is the Lovers. Okay, so I've chosen the Lovers, the card of uncertainty. You really are searching for answering concerning your money matters and aren't sure where to turn next. There's a lot of choices in front of you, and because this card also represents relationships, it means that there is someone out there who may be the answer to your current dilemma. Is entering into a business partnership part of your current thought process? Maybe it should be.
For the dragon, I'm just going to read this for the... were you born the year of the dragon, Kev?
I don't know what the year was. I will look it up whilst you're talking. I'll let you know.
I was born the year of the dragon, 1964, so...
Kev's the monkey.
Kev's
Same as
the
me.
monkey. You're both monkeys? Oh, that rests a lot of questions, that does. For the dragons, though, the 1964 era dragons, which was Bruce Lee, by the way. Life with friends can improve your mood. It's time to make a positive change in your life. Trust your instincts. You can speak up for what you want, even when others disagree. Sometimes it's better to be true to yourself than to keep the peace. Right? Feelings of inferiority must not dictate your actions. Ooh. So you two are the monkey. Let me just get that one on the sign. And what I'd like you to do is select a couple of people from the chat room.
Okie doke.
And we'll do theirs If Sue Searle is still with us, because Sue obviously is not on here a lot, see if you can grab Sue.
Who's jumping out at me now?
So for the monkeys, whilst Johanna's doing that, worrying is pointless. The energy would be better spent doing something practical, Kev.
I do.
That makes sense, doesn't it? Even if the grip of fear, disappointment, or difficulty steps into your own stress by reaching it out to others, a smile and being helpful in some small way can have a lasting and long and positive impact on your day.
There you go.
So the smile, Johanna, that's you out the window right there, isn't it? So
Oh, you know I smile all the time. Don't take no
I'll tell you what
notice
she
of
looks
them.
like
Listen,
constantly.
Irish.
She looks like she's won the lottery and lost the ticket all the time.
He's talking through his...
Live show. Right.
You know exactly what I mean.
Which animal of the Chinese spectre have we?
Well, Debs, is a tiger.
She is, I've heard.
So I've heard.
I've heard. She's a bit of a tiger. Tigress. Alright, Debs. Tiger. The energy today supports creative arts. Do your best to encourage and develop those things in your life that are most beautiful and harmonious. If you have a job serving others, narrow your focus. Moving the furniture around at home or even at work can improve your attitude in other ways today.
Awesome.
Any others there?
You've got Phil.
Yep.
He's a rooster.
I've heard that as well. I've often seen him on top of a house shouting and crowing. Anyway, Phil, here we go, my friend. The energy today makes you even more motivated and industrious. It could be that you have, or you will have, to accept more responsibility at work or even at home, that kind of thing. Do your best to finish what you start today, Phil, and be careful in decision making. Think first, as the old carpenter's adage, measure twice, cut once. Measure twice, cut once. So basically, think about it, then make a decision. So be careful in decision making today. A slow approach is often best. And you can handle several tasks at once, which basically tells all these women that we can't multitask, that they're wrong. Next.
Now we've got
What
Kay,
about
who's an ox.
Kay is an ox. And Kev, your lovely dear lady wife, what would she fall under?
Well, they have funny years over there, you know. I mean, currently they're in 2060.
2060?
Yeah, 2060. That's their year.
Oh, really? Wow. We'll have a chat about that in a second. This was Kay's. Didn't you say she's
Kay,
an ox?
my little love tap partner.
She's an ox, right? Mm-hmm. I never said she was a cow. You did.
Oi.
Let's go this way. I know. I feel a love tap coming through the electronics right now. On any second now, I'm going to go hurtling across the studio. Critical people or sudden changes of plan can put you off balance. Be patient, Kay. If you experience these kind of delays, it is important to be careful that you say, or basically, I'll start it again. It is important to be very careful that what you say is what other people hear. In other words, communication. I was only saying that to our face tonight, wasn't I? Communication is the responsibility of the person giving the information, not the recipient. Unintentional misunderstandings are possible. Do your best today to refuse to be discouraged. I've often told that to Kay. Don't let anybody put you down, and remember, you are brilliant. We were watching John Edward recently, and he was having an interview with his daughter.
Yes.
And Joanna and I looked at this and went, "That's brilliant. I got to share this with you guys." And his daughter's now an actress, Olivia. They were chatting one day. They were talking about when she goes that she doesn't call them auditions.
No.
Because an audition, the way they were talking about this was an audition says whether or not you're good enough for the part. But John Edward teaches his kids, as I teach our kids, that you are good enough. Now, the way he says it was, and he's taught his daughters, and this is brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He says, well, you're a circle, and the circle is the most powerful of all the shapes. On that day, for that movie, they wanted a triangle or a rectangle.
Yeah.
So the circle didn't fit. Doesn't mean you're not good enough. I love that.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
That was really awesome. So who else have we got?
We've got Wacky Jackie, who's a goat.
I'm not
Sorry,
saying anything.
Wacky.
I'm saying nothing. So, all right, Jackie, up there in lovely London, prepare for the miraculous. There you go. You can use your natural curiosity in pursuit of experiences to help the center of your heart and center your own heart and calm your restless mind. Okay. Every contact you make is an opportunity to demonstrate your radical kindness. I'd say that's right about Jackie, actually. You can be an example of admirable patience. Admirable patience, I like that. Towards those you see every single day. You probably don't realize, Jackie, how much patience and sincerity and peace you bring to your workplace. You should actually ask people what they think of you in the workplace, and you'll be very pleasantly surprised. Next.
Have a guess what Kitty Cat is.
Yeah, she's a cat.
Have a guess.
Cat is a... Part of me wants to say dog.
I'm going to hit him now. What?
No, a dog is one of the... look, there. Look. So, retract that. Moose.
Oh! Now then.
There's no moose. I've already done yours. So, go on. So, no, it says there. Look, I'll give you the animals for the Chinese. The first one's rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. What is she?
She's a monkey.
Oh, well, I've read that one. So, go on to another.
We have no more.
We have no more. Okay. No. So, Kevin, you're a good lady?
December.
What animal was she born under, do you know?
Oh, I don't
what
know.
year?
No. Let me have a look. Yeah,
it's under the year.
The time.
Yeah. That's quite good. I enjoyed that.
Oh, her actual birth-born date. Oh, dear. Yeah. The calculation coming up. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Okay. Oh, we'll do that.
It's just smacking for me, Joanna Gay's saying.
Thanks for that, Kay. You're a sweetheart. I love you too. Did I say that? I've been taking acting lessons. What is a Virgo? It's a star sign, baby. I know, I'm just being facetious now. It's not the star sign you're born under, Cindy. It's actually the year that you're born, which will tell you which Chinese animal you were born under. Okay, the meditation is coming up very, very shortly, Kay. We've still got an hour and 20 minutes of the show, so we'll be usually into the final hour. Alright, so while Kev is sorting out the animal for his wonderful good lady, we will have a tune.
And Carol and Larry are listening in. They're just listening to us.
Ah, bless them.
She stood there bright as the sun on that California coast. He was a Midwestern boy on his own. She looked at him with those soft eyes so innocent and blue. He knew right then he was too far from home. Too far, baby. He was too far from home. She took his hand and she led him along that golden beach. They watched the waves tumble over the sand. They drove for miles and miles up those twisting and turning roads. Higher and higher and higher they climbed. To those Hollywood nights, those Hollywood hills. She was looking so right in the diamonds and thrills. Oh, those big city nights. I'm rolling in. Above all the lights. She had all of the skill. her soul. She had been born with a face that would let her get away. He saw that face and he lost all control. All control. He had lost all control. Night after night, day after day, it went on and on. Then came that morning, he woke up alone. He spent all night staring down at the lights of L.A., wondering if he could ever go home. Those Hollywood nights, and those Hollywood hills, she was looking so right, it was giving me chills. Those big city nights, and those Hollywood hills, above all the lights, with a passion that kills. In those Hollywood nights, in those Hollywood hills, she was looking so right, in her diamonds and frills. Big city nights, in those Hollywood hills, above all the lights, she had all of the skill. Hollywood nights, Hollywood hills, above all the lights, Hollywood nights, Hollywood nights, Hollywood hills, above all the lights, Hollywood nights, Hollywood nights, Hollywood hills, above all the lights, Hollywood nights,
Bob Seger, Hollywood Nights is actually in my top 20 favourite tunes of all time, that is. Thank you very much. What did we say? Shen said she was a pig, and Kev's good lady was rooster, so we read the rooster out before. So
We haven't done pig though.
we haven't done the pig, so we're going to do this one for Shen. I try to tell Shen that it's actually the pig is actually renowned as one of the luckiest animals
Yeah, in the Chinese.
in the Chinese symbology. So anyway, here we go, Shen. This is the pig. This is a happy day. Call friends and network with people who share your interests. Your emotional life may be more confused, or a little bit more confused. Even while that's happening, you can experience a mix of memories and dreams, and sometimes conflicting desires even. Activities that mix the physical, musical, and spiritual can help you be more centered and even have clearer thinking. I like that.
I like that.
Right, let's have a look. I think we've read pretty much anyway. So we've done... No, the only one we haven't done... Oh, we haven't done the horse, the dog, or the rabbits, have we?
I've not done any of them.
But nobody's fallen under those yet, have they?
No. Well, Cindy's 1961.
Right, so what year does that fall under? 1960... Oh, I could do that this way. Hang on a second. 1961 is the ox.
Oh, we've done the ox.
We've done the ox. So there you go.
Let's have a look. They've pretty much done everybody that has asked for them to be done anyway.
Good. That's pretty good. So anyway, let's go back to the show, and we have our dear friend Kev Elliott is with us.
Absolutely. Oh.
G'day, Blue.
So what have you been up to this week?
Recovering from the worst flu that's ever been mankind has ever seen.
Oh, touch
Do
wood.
you know what? I can vouch for that. He wasn't well at all. He really wasn't. You know, sometimes you think, oh, man flu. Yeah, you could tell he wasn't well.
I wasn't well. I was absolutely horrible. Now, Kay's now coming back saying she's a rabbit. She's come back now. Have I still got it up? Can I still quickly do the rabbit before we have a good old chat with Kev? I can, actually. Give me 2 seconds. I'll run through it. It's only 4 lines long. All right, for all you rabbits out there, the day is lucky for any new starts that you might have. You may be looking for a job or begin a creative project. Expansive energy supports a favourable trend towards communications. An honest talk with your romantic partner will help clarify intentions. This can also help you reach new levels of understanding and intimacy. Yeah, so there we go, Kay. So whatever you get up to, I don't want to know. All right, I don't want to know. Just keep it to yourself. So Kev, yeah, that's what I've been doing, brother. Now, Kev is very much a tech guy, and when we were supposed to do the show last week, he was like, "Where the hell are you?" And I just told him the computer died. So I was telling everybody earlier, Kev, that the Macs have a built-in system which is all done by chips, as you know. And if anything happens which is likely to attack the computer, i.e., power surges and that kind of thing, this thing kicks in, shuts it all down, and that's what happened. So it was a security chip, basically, that stops any power getting to the hard drive and the motherboards and all that before it can hurt it. And we'd had those heavy winds and those storms 2 days before the show. Right. And I hadn't been in the studio because it was just I was really unwell. I was really, really ill. Yeah. And when I come out to switch it all on, nothing, and I do mean nothing, worked. So I ended up bringing it across to my friends in Penzance, Steve, who owns Apple Crumble, which brilliant, totally brilliant.
Lovely guys.
And he showed me what it was. So if you are an Apple Mac owner and this happens to you and you get out one morning to switch on your computer, it has built-in redundant systems which are just fantastic. Unplug your computer and leave it for 15 minutes and the system will reset itself. And if it doesn't, then take it to a recognised Apple dealer. Don't bring it to any Tom, Dick and Harry. They need to be recognised Apple. They're pretty good that way. And Apple Crumble are recognised by Apple as engineers. So it's good. Anyway, so what's been happening? I know you've been working really, really hard. Kev, tell us how it's going with Beyond the Grave.
Oh, yes. We are, because Derek's away at the moment on tour, so we've had to stop filming. And then next week, my furniture leaves the property. So I've got to be here for that. And then I've then got to start putting all of my soft bits, like blankets and that sort of thing, get them over to the storage. So that's kind of like thrown out next week as well. And then Alan, the presenter, he's committed. So I'm looking to steam back towards Derek's house at the end of the month when I move, because I'm moving at the end of the month on the 30th.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend a couple of days before then just making sure the house is nice and tidy and hoovering and, make sure it's nice for the incoming people. And then head off back up and we're going to start doing some more filming.
Right. Cool.
So, yeah. And then I've got a ground school licence to do on the 3rd and 4th of April for the CIA, and it should be okay.
Awesome.
And then we're filming for another, what would it be? 5, 6, 7 and 8. And then I'm driving all the way back down again.
Yeah.
Back home, and then dropping the dogs off with some good friends of mine. And then following day jumping on an aircraft to Thailand.
Lovely.
One of the I'm speaking purely for myself here, but I get stressed out thinking about when we have to move, not actually doing it. Just at the point where we're thinking about it, I get stressed. So
yeah,
I've
got a lot to do, really. I mean, I should have been packing, but I've been so busy with everything. I've not even packed. Not even packed a pair of socks away. You know what I mean? So I've got to do all the packing yet. And I thought to myself, when the people first said about, when they'd like to take the property, I thought, that's fine. I've got like 8 weeks, 6 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever. I'll be fine. That'll be right. Do a little bit here, a little bit there. Well, my furniture leaves a week yesterday. So 6 days. Out of that 6 weeks, I've now got 6 days to start emptying out everything heavy. Like the oak sideboard thing that I've got. All the wardrobes, the bed, and that. All the drawers upstairs, because I've got 3 bedrooms here.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, I live on my own, but I've got 3 bedrooms. 2 of the bedrooms are just filled with wardrobes. And
that's funny because every time I've seen you and every time we've been together, you wear the same black T-shirts and jeans.
Oh yeah, saying crew on them. Yeah.
It's not like, do you remember when Colin would have a different outfit for each hour of the day? So
yeah,
he did like his clothes. Colin did, yeah.
Yeah,
and he dressed very flamboyantly.
Oh yes,
wow.
yeah.
Stage blacks are good because it's like black polo shirt, black combats, and Dr. Martin boots, and that's it. I mean, you're not even fashion conscious when you're wearing those sort of clothes because nobody looks at you and thinks, well, you're not fashionable, or
Yeah.
So they're practical clothes.
Well, it's funny that it's like me. I really don't enjoy wearing suits. I don't like it.
Right.
I would happily, and I know you're going to say no. I know you'll do that. Johanna's the same. You wouldn't allow me to go on stage in a t-shirt and jeans.
No, it just wouldn't happen.
No.
I know, but I would be so comfortable.
You see, the thing is, in your industry,
you've got to be professional.
You've got to show respect. You've got to show respect for the audience. You've got to show respect for the spirit as well. You can't go out there dressed casually. You can't go out there dressed in. I mean, I've seen people go on stage with jeans on. And their estimations to me have just gone right the way through the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, when a prime example was when we were doing a joint show with Derek and Colin, and we were at the Lewisham Catford Theatre. Mm-hmm. Derek was due to go back on the second half, and it was extremely hot. It was summertime, it was extremely hot, and he came out of the dressing room when I went down to call him. He came out of the dressing room and he didn't have his jacket. I said, well, where's your jacket? And he goes, it's too hot. I said, no. I said, you wear your jacket on stage, walk on stage with it, and then once you get on stage, just say, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, it's very hot. Would you mind if I take my jacket off? And that's acceptable if you do that.
Yeah.
But, so the dress decorum that you've got to have, is showing respect for the spirit and showing respect for the audience as well. And it's also showing your self-respect as well.
Well, yeah, it's like, I think, different things can be worn at different times, if you're going on stage in a lovely, beautiful theatre, then you got to look the part. You got to be dressed up in a nice suit. I mean, Colin was. I don't think you could ever upstage Colin in his dress sense, could you?
He's so flamboyant, wasn't he?
I don't think I'd want to try, really. I mean,
I know, he would have just gone, no, darling, move over here.
He was like, yes, I'm just going shooting today.
Yeah, but some of the outrageous outfits he used to wear.
Yeah.
We'd be walking down the street. I mean, he'd dress up like Dr. Zhivago or bloody Sherlock Holmes,
Yeah.
And that sort of thing with those bloody great big woolen old-fashioned style cloaks on, and a deerstalker hat and a pipe he adopted as well. and I remember walking through town with him at some place we were on tour. And people were staring at us. They weren't staring at us because it's Colin Fry. They were staring because Sherlock Holmes is walking down the bloody high street. And it was initially when all that used to kick off, I used to get quite embarrassed, thinking, "Oh my God, they're looking at us." But then I got used to it, and I'm thinking, they don't know me from Adam. They won't see me tomorrow. That's it. So
I remember when it's like he was he just like. Sometimes you would think, did he just walk into the wardrobe and walk through it and then come out the other side with whatever was in front of him? But he still, no matter what he put on, he wore it well, didn't he?
Well, I mean, most of the things that he used to wear were actually tailored for him.
Yeah.
Down at Gresham and Blake in Brighton, yeah.
He's a lovely. Well, there's there's a lot of the stuff he had that I would just never wear. But as some of the stuff I looked, I thought, yeah, that looks quite cool.
Yeah, I mean, when we was at Gresham and Blake, the tailors, so I used to go down with him or drive him down, whatever. He would say to me, right, okay, you get measured up, I'll buy you a suit. I said, I don't want a suit. No, he said, I'll buy it for you. I said, I don't want it. I said, £800 for a suit, a starting price.
Yeah.
They were the cheap ones.
Yeah.
I said, no, I can't justify the money. He goes, it's not your money. I said, it's still money. I said, I cannot justify spending £800
Who does that sound like?
on a pair of trousers and a jacket.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, you'll get a waistcoat with it. I said, I don't want to spend £800 on a bleeding suit.
Yeah.
But I've got to say this, only Colin Fry could get away with wearing those clothes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Nobody else could. People have tried. They've tried. But they won't get away with it.
I think I look good in a suit, don't I? I do
in
wear
a
a suit well. I just don't feel comfortable in it, you know. But anyway, that being said, you know, I've actually been ripped to shreds. You saw it. Because of wearing a suit. Yeah, look at him, look at that suit, and look at that. That easily cost a lot of money, and that money could have went to somewhere else. Clearly, he's ripping people off to
and
get
your
that.
Big car,
I was like,
my
God. You know, no matter what you do, you know, I said, yeah, I work hard for what I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go out, I rarely go on holiday, so I like a nice car, and I wear a decent suit now and again. But you know, when I'm on stage. Yeah, I'll dress. Well, you've seen me on stage, Kevin. I do dress properly. But that being said, if I was doing another function, say for example, I was doing just choose something right off the top of my head here. If we were doing something like a community centre, then it's just like an afternoon community centre where I was doing like more like a chat and some reads like that. I'd feel comfortable in a nice dress shirt and a pair of jeans and a nice pair of shoes.
Yeah, but that pictures
Smart
from
casual.
that community centre could end up anywhere. Everywhere you go, you've got to look right. It doesn't matter where it is.
I'm going to jump in here and going to argue the point here, right? And this is because this actually happened. Okay,
Right, go on.
I was doing a very very special show in a place in St Austell, the St Austell Brewery. That's where they make the St Austell the beers.
Yeah.
And they have a big place with it's a big civic centre kind of thing. And we all arrived there, and my suits didn't get there.
Your suits didn't get
None of
there?
my suits arrived. And I was there, and we had literally 15 minutes before we got on. I kept going around to see if I could get to people to give me shirts and stuff. There's nobody there my size, and I'm not very tall, am I?
No.
So I ended up having to go on with jeans and a t-shirt. And you know what? One of the best nights I've ever had.
That's because you feel comfortable in your own skin.
It's
You've got to
pictures of me
have...
standing there in like a denim shirt.
Yeah.
And
well, to be fair, some of your shirts are really, really expensive, more than some suits, if I've got to be honest. But you've got to feel comfortable in what you're wearing, and you've got to have your own style. Colin had his own style, didn't he, Kev? You've got to create your own style. Make yourself different to the rest on what you're comfortable in.
Now, that being said, I'll always, when I go on stage with. Either I go on stage in these lovely theatres and I go on stage with other people. I'll always be, as Kev rightly says, and you rightly say, is respectful to the people you're with. Whomever I'm going to go on stage with, I will be respectful to them and wear and look good. Because you're.
As you always do when you're on stage. So
I do. Like I'm in the studio tonight. I'm here I'm wearing one of the
Star Wars t-shirt.
My Star Wars t-shirt here. Which I love, so... got another Star Wars t-shirt today.
Jeans on stage, not on my watch, mate.
Not on my watch.
Tell you that now.
So basically, so basically you two will be be choosing my wardrobe.
It's not happening.
I'd love to walk in and go, nope, not wearing that. Nope. Yeah, okay, I'll wear that. So, my shirt costs 140 pounds. Pounds, yes, that's posh. Phil's shirt costs 140 quid, but his suit was 50. I like that. I like that, Phil. That's my cup of tea. And I'm the same as Kev. I'm like, what, £1,000 for a suit? Nah. I will only wear £1,000 suit when it comes with a car.
I think Phil bought his suit from Asda.
Nothing wrong with George, mate. Nothing wrong
No,
with
actually,
George.
do you know Asda were doing suits for like 40 quid, 30 quid?
Yeah, they're good suits as well.
Are they?
Yeah. Nice.
Ooh.
Really. I tell you what, I've seen Asda suits alongside Moss Bros suits and people like that, and you cannot tell the difference. Can you, babes?
No, you can't.
Well, George used to design for Next, didn't he?
Yeah, Next, and he worked with Armani.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the pedigree shows. You can tell, as the suits from old, they were like, basically made out of old bean sacks. But the stuff today is actually quite good.
Crimpling, you mean? Crimpling.
Crimple free.
Do you remember when we were kids, you always had an auntie that always used to wear, it might just be an Irish thing, I don't know, but always used to wear the two-piece crimpling suit.
The two-piece suit.
You know, the trouser, the trouser suit and
Yeah.
the sort of like the jacket that was the same material and sort of like just, I don't know, just like a plain, sort of like almost crimpling again style, plain blouse with no pattern to it at all.
Yeah, I know the one you mean. I remember
We all had
it.
aunts like that. They would wear beige ones and red ones and green one. I remember a green one. My Auntie Mary had a green one.
Oh, I remember. My mom used to wear that. But that was really in the 70s, though, wasn't it? That crimpling. That was kind of the 70s era.
I'm not giving my age away to nobody.
Well, I know I was alive in the 70s. I was just too young to understand.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sticking to that, right?
That's your story and you're sticking to it.
Right, so I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to come back and I'm going to drop Kev in it right now.
Go on then.
No, I bet you he's already prepared because we talked about this last week. One of the things Kev did, but just off the chance once, and I thought was brilliant. I said keep it was on this day.
On this day.
On this day, and what I've wanted to do, and in between him bringing that up and me, all of the various things that are happening with us at the minute, home, but my lovely dad and all that. I've never got round to making up the jingle on this day for Kev. So.
Oh, I feel disappointed.
Well, we'll be making up a jingle for you in this coming week, mate. So we're going to play a tune right now. We'll be back. This is Christopher Cross. Again, one of the brilliant names of the 1980s. Ride Like the Wind. And we'll be back with Kev and On This Day. they use that music? Is that the music that from the cinema? You know that da 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 da.
Where's that come from?
I'm sure that's that. They use it in that jingle in the cinema for popcorn and stuff. When you're in the cinema, you know
I can't remember.
that coming on in the background. I'm sure that is. Oh, Kevin Mullane has arrived. Kevin Mullane. I haven't seen Kevin for a long time.
I was speaking to Kevin today.
I
Actually.
said to you, I said, what's happened to you today? And you went, nothing.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Did.
Take no notice.
Nice. Hey, Kev, do you know what happened this day in history?
In which year? Not a lot, really, to be honest.
1950.
Uh,
Yeah,
1950.
The VW bus, the icon of counterculture, goes into production on this day, 1950.
Oh, I see. That's not 50 years ago.
No, it's not. But I
But
just,
50 years ago today,
Yeah.
Sergeant Pepper.
oh,
Sergeant Pepper at the Cavern Club.
oh wow, Johanna was there.
Boy.
She,
And also 50 years ago today, a fire at NASA killed 3 NASA astronauts.
what did I tell you?
Yes.
What did I tell you? I said
Yeah,
there's something.
you're just too psychic. That's your problem.
No, I
Must be psychic.
May God strike me down now if I'm telling you all a lie. I said to Kev, there's something telling me NASA, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
I said that when we were off air. I went, there's something telling me NASA, and I don't know what it is, but there's something telling me NASA. And he went away off, and there you go. And White, let me see if I get my memory here. Lovell didn't pass in that one. It was White and 2 others, and they were doing a test, and they were doing a launch test. So they're all put into the capsule, and the capsule was all hammered down, and they fired it up, and the oxygen caught fire, and they couldn't get out, and they burned to death this day. Well, I never was Maya's new saying. Oh my days!
Oh my days!
Well, I never did.
Our little daughter, 9 years old. Oh my days! I was like, what?
I put bunches in her hair for school, and she just looked in the mirror. She went, "I'm definitely Cutesville today."
Where else? What we got? 1983, Kev. I know we're not going back to what we should do, which is the 100 years, but we can't find you in Kev's defense, ladies and gentlemen of the world. We did look through 100 years ago, and it was like basically the whole world went to sleep.
It is boring.
Reagan refers to the USSR as an evil empire on this day, 1983.
Very funny, Kev. Have you seen that? What he wrote?
Was he written?
In the room. Today's International Women's Day was supposed to be yesterday, but they took so long, or they took longer than anticipated to get ready. That's true. That is, Kevin. That is so true. Do you know?
Yes, true.
Do you know when we go out at night? Right, it takes me 2 hours to get ready. Do you know that? I spend 1 hour 55 minutes outside the bathroom, and then 5 minutes in the bathroom.
That's it. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Mate, am I with you on that? Oh my sweet Lord.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
Oh my days.
Oh my days. I can't believe, where'd you get that? Actually, somebody said that to us, didn't they? Went, that child's been here before. Oh, no doubts. Absolutely no doubts at all. So, Kev, give us a bit of a background on what's happening with... oh, look at you, Holly Mitchell. Look. Hi, Paul and Cryptic. How well they know you, Kev. So tell us.
I know.
Give us some good old background. Give us some of the dirt. Give us some of the dirt.
Some goss. You want some goss on the TV series coming up, eh?
Yeah, give us some goss.
I tell you a couple of good things. What we're doing is we are giving people within the UK, and I say within the UK because it's not really practical for people to come abroad to participate. However, that doesn't stop you joining. The production company have got a Facebook group. Okay, now I mentioned it a couple of times so people can go off and join it. Yeah. Join it anyway, even if you live outside the UK, because you never know when we start going in different countries doing this, which we will be doing in the future. You could come up trumps on it. What we're doing is we are offering somebody to come out on location set with us for the day and take part and be involved in and be on the television and be on an episode. And all you've got to do to have a chance of being somebody pulled out of the hat, and we're going to pull 2 people out of the hat, but we're kind of at the moment we're just saying 1, but we're actually going to be pulling out 2. All you've got to do is go onto Facebook and search Beyond the Grave with Derek Akora. Apply to join the group, and then all you need to do is to share one of the posts onto your page. And the more you share, the more your name pops up. It will say, Fred Smith just shared your post. Fred Smith just shared your post. And a lot of people are taking part in it. There's going to be 2 winners. So that there are definitely going to be 2 people that are going to be appearing on the television, working on the programme with us. Even if they just, tail along, they're still going to be involved in the programme.
Everybody can make a cup of tea, mate, can't they?
Well, that's it. Well, almost they can. Yeah, yeah. My wife has a go at it, but
makes Thai tea though.
Well, yeah. I mean, she makes Thai tea with Yorkshire tea. What I take over.
Oh dear.
Crafty.
Yeah. Well, they've got like Lipton tea over there, and they've got Twinings, but it's so expensive. It's like £6 for a small box, and I mean a small box as well.
£6? You've sorted the number £6 with tea.
No way.
I'd expect that to be Darjeeling.
For Twinings, you get, I think it's 40 tea bags for £6.
Do you know what? What we'll do is we'll put a tea chest together. Do you remember tea chests?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
We'll put a tea chest together. We'll send it across, Kev. We'll make a fortune. Retire.
And do you know why? It's because it's imported. And any import, the Thai government, they stick on, I think it's 33% tax, import tax. Right. And then you've got their own version of VAT, which goes on it. So it gets very expensive. For example, the Thais cannot make cognac or brandy to save their life. It's like trying to drink, well, it's not even petrol. Not I've never tried drinking petrol, but you could fly an aircraft on what they produce, and they call it brandy. It's like kerosene. And if you want to buy a labelled bottle like Courvoisier or Martel, you pay about £45 to £50 per bottle.
Jeez.
On top. For a small bottle, that is.
Yeah. For a small bottle?
Yeah, a small one. Not even a litre.
What?
So, yes, imports over there are very, very expensive. It's a little bit like if you imported a car, a boat, a motorbike, or wherever from outside Thailand. The expense on there is massive. Absolutely massive. But that is their, you need to respect their culture, and that's the law of their land with tax. So you go along with it.
I was watching the news today about that, and it turns out that a lot of the Chinese imports were all taxed wrong.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I think the days of cheap Chinese imports are on at the end.
Well, I'll tell you something now. Actually, the Ministry of Transport over in Thailand, within the government, they ordered, I think it's something like 600 brand new buses. And they put a tender out for these buses. And it was a company from China that won the bid to produce like 600 brand new transport buses for the cities around, for the network. And they produced them with the price that was offered, which they were quite happy with. But then, when the buses were being imported by ship, the land taxation were saying, "Oh, okay, you bought all these buses on. We're now charging you 33% import tax on top." And they go, "Well, hang on a minute. we've got an order here from your government." Yeah, that's the Ministry of Transport. We are the Ministry for Customs, and if you bought them onto our land now, and they'd actually landed the buses, right? So they bought the buses off. They're held at the port.
Yeah.
And so straight away, the import tax is thrown onto these buses. Oh, it's been
That's
running
what's-
for about 4 months now. It's been quite funny reading the story of it. But it turns out now that this Chinese company, they do have to pay the import tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to pay the import tax, but they are already committed. But they've made the buses. I mean, they've made them all in the Thai colours for the public transport anyway.
Yeah.
But they can't take them out of Thailand, because if they take them out of Thailand without paying the import tax, they're going to get charged export tax.
Export tax, yeah.
So they've been stung left, right, and centre.
Oh, I would think it's like, let's go. Yeah,
It's not even catch-22. Do you know? There's just no way around it. So I think at the end of the day, they're going to end up, although the Thai transport government are going to be giving them so many, whatever it's going to work out to, millions for the buses.
Yeah.
In tax, you're having then to give the government in another department back a huge amount of money in taxes for it.
They're going to walk away losing money.
I think they just walk away with the equivalent of 50 buses profit, and that's it.
I'd have said I'd have burnt them all. Okay, fine.
Well, they can't do anything with it, you see, because once they've landed, they've landed in, if you like, quarantine, because you know what it's like. If you're still within the outer, you can be inside a port.
Yeah.
But once you've gone through that fence, then you're in the country. But there's a fence between the port and where you get off.
Yeah.
For the country.
Like limbo.
Yeah, dead man's land. And so the buses are sat there. They won't let them out without export tax, and they won't let them in without import tax.
It's kind of like, it's almost like a loophole, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
So
it's a bit sad, that is.
well, it's the way. I mean, we work the same way.
Yeah.
Over here, we've got import and export taxes. When you're dealing commercially like that.
Yeah.
But it's just a long, big running story. So anyway, tea bags. Going back to tea bags. Yes, very expensive. Take them with you, like I do. So can she make Thai tea? Well, she makes Yorkshire tea for me.
Oh, bless her.
But we digressed away, didn't we? Completely away from you guys. A couple of you guys joining us on the TV series.
We can't wait. We will definitely be there, and we're going to be doing it more than one occasion, aren't we? We're going to be doing it down here in the southwest and others.
Yeah.
Well, the whole South Peninsula of the UK. We're looking forward to that. It's really, the subject matter is amazingly interesting. It's like beyond the grave. It's not just run of the mill. Don't think that this is anything like any other TV show. It isn't. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen of the world. Even if you're not even in the UK, you will be very much attached to the subject matter. And Kev, tell you what, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody basically what the premise is, what the whole concept is?
Oh, I can't give too much away, and the reason why I can't give too much away, I'll tell you some cool bones, but I'm not going to give too much away because I don't want nobody coming in trying to pinch it, copy it, and throw it out before we do. Yeah. Although saying that, we have trademarked it. We have got an official. If you go onto the British Government Intellectual Property Rights Intellectual Property Rights Registry for trademarks, you will see that we have got a trademark number. And the amount of work and effort and money that's gone into this, trust me, if anybody tried to copy it, I will slam them straight in with a government order. Trust me. I will be like a Frenchman with a guillotine.
Joe, stop that. Don't do it anymore. We can't do that show. As if.
The concept was originally designed around looking at the paranormal television stakes of what's currently out there, what's been done before. And if you look at any paranormal TV program out there, UK produced, I can bet you bottom dollar that everybody will say they will come at all the normal names that you've seen, without naming any. But if you look at them from a side view, they're all the same. They're all kind of like ghost hunting, screaming people going into night sight vision, eyes lighting up, everybody screaming, hearing a noise, something being dragged across the floor, stuff. And it's kind of got a little bit tired now because, various different groups that are doing this are producing the same as what's been done before. There's nothing new out there. And, I sat back and I kind of developed this new concept that we've come up with from basically what hasn't been done before. And it's got different angles to it because it's not just about paranormal. What we've done is we've thrown in live investigation from historians into it. We are going with unsolved crime, unsolved murders, which are still currently outstanding as unsolved. And we have got local historians, authors, and experts within the local areas around the UK who know about these cases and know a lot of facts about the cases.
Yeah.
And they know about a lot of the buildings that we used for the murders. And one of them that we're working on at the moment is also connected with a satanic group. Now, the particular murder involved itself, the murdered person was ritualistically killed by the way it was found, the way the body was found and the condition the body was in. But the good thing about it is, because we've got local historians involved in it as well, they've got a lot of copies of the original documents that we're also able to put up on the TV screen as well, so people can see things visually. And we take the cameras to these various places. We do interviews with the historians as well. We've got the story facts behind it as well. And then we've got the paranormal part that comes into it. So we've got anybody who likes any good crime style series, it'll appeal to them. People that like paranormal, it'll appeal to them. People that like historic cases or events, it'll appeal to them as well. So it's got different angles that come into it. And then, you've got the Derek's part, which is obviously is the main key part, is he will then try and make a connection with the deceased, and or potentially, as what happened on the last filming that we did, where the actual perpetrators also come through. But there's no sort of like what I call this stupid, screamy, spooky stuff that comes out. I have dramatised this. What I've done is when we've completed filming from live cameras, what I've then done is, working with our editor Amber, is I've dramatised it, because what I've done is I've made the camera and the camera angles, because I'm the director, have I mentioned that? No,
darling.
I am the director.
Darling, come on.
So I know what I wanted, and what I've done is I've made the cameras become the eyes of the victim.
I'm seeing.
So you, the viewer, when you're watching this, it's coming from you. You're going to get engrossed into being the victim, because I've put sound effects in, and it's not sort of like ooby-dooby sound effects. I put sound effects in to emphasise the fact that a connection is coming through, and at the right point. But the actual concept of the filming was all done as it happened, with Derek doing the connections. I've then taken that footage back. I've then dramatised that footage for a graphical point of view. And so there's certain times, when it's a bit like Jaws, like when you watch Jaws and you hear the boom, 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 you think, it's coming. Well, that was done in a very clever way, and on the same lines as what I've done here, without the Jaws music, of course. What I've done is I've actually put you, the viewer, as becoming interactive with the spirit connection.
Excellent.
For example, I've got a particular shot I want to talk about was when we got the historian with Derek and Alan Bates, the presenter, coming through an archway into a graveyard. And as they walk through, you've got the camera, one camera of them sort of like heading up towards the archway and then walking through, and then another camera as they're walking through it. And the moment they walk through, I throw in a sound and a graphics effect. So as a viewer, you are like because you're seeing them walking into the graveyard, you are that deceased person looking at them coming through.
Right, okay.
It's quite clever. It's quite clever how I've done it.
Somebody else did it then, did they?
Sorry?
Someone else did it then, did they? Quite clever. Okay.
Well, you lost me on that one. But anyway, if anybody would like to, it's moving on swiftly, matron. If anybody would like to, I know, Paul, you're just sat there going, "Wow, that actually sounds quite good." I'm not going to give him too much credit in case Kev thinks, actually, yeah, Kev, that is quite good.
Yeah, no, I'm actually thinking. No, what I was doing was you've sold it so well that my mind was actually going to do. My mind was going to what you're talking, so I was visualizing exactly what you were saying. I was thinking, oh yeah, that's clever. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah, and yes, so that in basically when we started talking about the segment has done exactly what I said. So it's completely and utterly different than anything else that's out there at the moment. So it's not it's not going and sitting in a room with the night vision and blah blah blah. And all great to all of those who've done that. Yeah, great. But this is something really, really spectacular. Something really different. And now that you've said, coming from the point of view that you've brought it in, I can't wait to see it. I'd say you'd be, as soon as it's going to be one of these shows, as soon as you link onto it, you're going to be hooked. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and I've done a bit of a naughty thing actually, because one of the episodes actually takes you up to a certain point of tension, and then suddenly it goes total black, and it comes up saying to be continued. And I've got the right spot in this particular case of when to do that, and I know that everyone's going to be sort of like thumping the table, going, "No, you baskets, don't do this to me."
I'm thinking, I've got to know, I can't wait till next week. Oh, come on! And every week for a week when it comes on.
No, it's, but it needed doing on this particular one, and also this well, it's actually the ritualistic satanic one,
right?
Because we've actually got access to the lodge, where and there's also a connection there to Aleister Crowley.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
so it all gets very, very, and again, I put a great camera concept into that as well.
Yeah. You actually sound like you're buzzing just talking about this, aren't you?
Well, the whole thing's buzzing, Paul, because it's a new concept that's never been done before.
Yeah.
I mean, people might try and copy it in their own way, but I don't think they would ever be able to immaculately copy what we're doing. One, they wouldn't be allowed to anyway because of the trademark.
Yeah.
But they would have to think hard to try and adapt what we've done to try and create something in their version that is kind of well away from what we're doing. If you can follow me on that one.
I do. I know what you mean, but there's always the first, and there's always the one who does it first, and that's all the one always remembered, isn't it?
Yeah.
Copies never get remembered. So let's move on. I'm going to do a tune now, and I've just realised we've only got 25 minutes left of the show.
20 minutes.
We've only got 25 minutes left. They've just gone whoosh, gone again. So I'm going to kick in a tune here, folks, and then I'm going to come straight back. As normal, we've got the A-Team here. We've got Johanna and Kev and myself, and you are listening to Spirit Quest Radio. Good to see you guys. Good to see Kev Mullane in the chat room, and welcome Morgana. Good to see you as well. Now, this is one of the tunes from the new album Rain, which is going to be on CD in about 2 weeks' time. It's already gone through to the companies who are now putting it onto master. And I hope you enjoy it. This is a track called Raw. It was featured on radio stations in the Midwest all last week.
signals all pointing at me. Watch the days, they linger. Watch the sun go down. In heaven we smile. In heaven we smile. Here am I, heartbreaking, not alone, but I'm just watching you there. Here we are, all waiting. Here we stand. The love is taking over, taking over you. Love is always the same, never dies, but sometimes grows in vain. Tell me now, did you love me? Here am I, heartbreaking, not alone, but I'm just watching you there. Here we are, all waiting. Here we stand. The love is taking over, taking over you. Should've told you. Should've told you, baby. Should've told you. Tell me that you want me, that I love you, baby. I just love you. Told you, tell me that I love you. Come on, tell me that you love me, baby. Should've told you. I love you. Come on, tell me. Should've told you. Should've told you, baby. Should've told you. Tell me that you want me, that I love you. Should've told you that I love you. Come on, tell me that you love me, baby. Should've told you.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen, and that was, of course, Ra, which was one of the tracks off the new album, Rain. Do you know what? I wanted to do a very, very special designed, focused meditation tonight on healing, especially for my dad. I wanted to do that, but with it's looking like we're not going to have enough time to do that. So what I would ask you all, if you'd also be so kind, is a bit later on when we've all finished this, if you have 5 minutes, just if you do be so kind, it's just to breathe in, breathe down, shut down, and send the white light of love and divine protection over, and just think of Paul. All you got to do is think Paul's dad, and all that energy will be focused and harnessed and sent towards my loving dad. He's surrounded by his family at the minute. Unfortunately, I'm not there. I did get to spend some great time with him very, very recently. Some wonderful time. In fact, I came home here buzzing, didn't I?
Yes.
And we're spending, and I am a little bit, and it's funny because certain people notice you in certain ways. And some of my close friends say to me, you know what, you can keep the act up, but I know real. So we're not going to who that is, but you know they know who they are, and that's good friends. I refer to that as good friends. So I want you all to just do me a favor. If you get some time, focus your mind and your energy and your thoughts, and just send it all to him, and just send him the angels of healing, white light, love, and divine protection around him, and allow that positive healing energy just to work on him head to toe, and make him comfortable and happy, and bring him the strength that he needs. Because my dad is. I'm a fighter. I don't give up, and I got that from him. I got that. I got my drive, my ambition, my goal orientation, my stubbornness, I guess. I got it from him, and you know, all the way down my life, he's been a big influence over how I've become who I am. And I just want to say, Dad, you know, you're a superstar, and you know, we're there for you. So if you would get the time just to send a little bit of energy his way, I'd really, really appreciate that. So
Made me quite emotional, really. Now,
oh.
I was in my 20s actually when my dad passed, and he was my rock. You know, he was my absolute rock, almost like my left hand side. And you know, when he passed away, it really threw me to one side. You know, and it took me about probably 4-5 years to actually stop grieving. It was really bizarre. And I remember once, I might have told this story before, but I was in the very first house that I bought. When I was 18, I bought this house, and I was still there when my dad died in my 20s. And it's just like 5 years after he died, I smelt rolled up tobacco in the room. And I you know, I never smoked in the house or anything, you know, but and for people that do smoke or know the difference between sort of like rolly tobacco and a tailor-made cigarette, there's a very distinctive smell between the two. And nobody ever smoked in my house, and you know, I don't smoke in any of my houses. And I smelt this like rolly tobacco, and I knew he was there, you know. So this is like 5 years after he passed away, and I openly spoke like I'm speaking now, and I said, I know that's you, Dad, you're here, aren't you? I said, you know what, I'll be right now, you can go. You know, you go off to rest, I'll be right. I'll be fine. But, you know, keep near me. And then I just felt this almost like a cold pins and needles go from my head all the way down through my body, right down to my legs and down to, you know, to bottom by my feet. And from that point on, I never grieved afterwards. And it was almost like that spiritual grieving had disappeared.
Yeah. And
from that point, I felt fine. And after that point, I then just sort of like would do things like, oh, come on, Dad, where have you put my car keys, you know? Or where's this gone? Or, you know, or if I've lost something, you know, oh, Dad, come on, help me find my passport. And seriously, it would then suddenly turn up.
It'll turn up, yeah.
Or I'd be sat on the sofa and I'd be thinking, oh, I wonder where. And then suddenly I'd hear, go and have a look. Da, da, da. And I think, okay, I'll go and have a look, and there he is.
Well, you know
Marvellous.
what's bizarre? I didn't know my dad from when I was 13 years of age.
Right.
And you know how I know he walked on?
Go on.
Paul. Yeah. Paul told me. And 3
told
weeks. You didn't remember? You did. You done the reading. You told me that my dad had walked on. He came through. Remember?
Oh right, okay. Like I never remember readings. You know that. But
right. Well, he was doing a reading, and my dad come through, and about 3 weeks later, I got a message to say that he'd gone.
Oh wow! I don't remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
Oh bloody hell! I'm good.
Yeah.
So,
Self-praise is no recommendation, people.
Exactly. Don't be blowing your own trumpets.
Yeah.
I you know what? The funny thing about it is all the way down. You know, I always thought to myself, my dad and I were like oil and water. You know, but you realise actually it's that moment that you realise actually you're not oil and water. You are actually bloody
very alike,
carbon copies of each other. And you know, my dad is like he's he's taken. I was telling the guys here, he's taken the medical rule book and went, "I don't think so." I'm throwing it out the window.
You do that though.
Well, yeah. There you go. That just goes to show you that where I get it from. And he's taken the medical rule book and went, nah. And he's decided, no, I am not. I'm getting better, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do. And he set the precedence to say, I'll do this my way. And you know what? Good on you, Dad. Because right up till now, he's still teaching us, and all of the lessons he's teaching us right now, I will carry with me for the rest of my days, and I will pass them down to our children, and I hope those children and everybody else who gets to know me will take those lessons on and go, do you know what? We can work this life how we want it, and do it the right way, and and Dad always did that. My dad was the epitome of family. Family was like it's the key element in my dad. He's always surrounded by his family, and he loves his football. That's the only thing that he and I, and he and some of my brothers and I don't. I'm not a football. I never was a football fan. It's not something I was into sport. I was into martial arts, and I was into all that. And my dad could never connect with that. He was like, "What's that all about? What's that stupid?" And then I would go, "Well, I don't see the point in kicking a bag of wind up and down a field,
No.
So, but then we use that as communication in itself.
Yeah. My granddad was the same. He used to say he could never understand football, and he would say, "What is the point? They spend 15 minutes trying to get hold of the ball, and when they get hold of it, they kick it away."
That's very true.
Yeah, seriously, it's true. So I've never been a football fan either, really.
I've never. I just, I've played it. I've gone out and played. My son Brandon, he's a big football. He loves his football, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And Maya's a football fan.
She is. Yeah, she plays every. Does she play Wednesday night?
She has a. She's got her full.
She?
She's got her full Man United skip. She's got it all. And then my son come in with Chelsea, and we were like, where did we go wrong?
Chelsea. I think Chelsea Football Club.
He's Chelsea Football Club, yeah.
Someone's got to be.
We went. What's?
I'll tell you a very, very quick story. It's going to take me about 30 seconds to tell you, right?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
When I was about 18 or 19, I was down in one of the local villages where I used to live, and got chatting away to this very good-looking girl, chatting away to her, and then she had a sister as well. So we're chatting away, and then the girls had said, "Oh, we're going to have some drinks back at our place if you want to come back." And I'm thinking, "Oh, absolutely, here we go." And sort of like about 4 of us went back. There was nothing like, no. Before anybody gets any wrong, bad assertions, forget that. Anyway, the main point was we've gone back to this house down in Hurstby Point area in East Sussex, and I've gone to the toilet from the lounge. Lovely, beautiful house, beautiful country house. I've gone into out of the lounge in towards the toilet, and I've gone into the wrong room. But as I've gone in, I've then gone to turn the light on, and then inside this room, it had Chelsea everything. It had like medals and cups and shields and goodness knows what, and I just eventually did find the toilet. And then when I went back into the lounge, I said to one of the girls, I said, "Who's a football fan then?" And she goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, I went to go into what I thought was a bathroom. It wasn't the bathroom." I said, "It was just a room filled with like Chelsea everything." I said, "Someone's a kleptomaniac." And she goes, "Oh, that's my dad." I said, "God," I said, "he's a bit mad on bloody Chelsea, isn't he?" She goes, "No, he used to play for Chelsea. Peter Bonetti used to be the goalkeeper." Anyway, cut long story short.
Yeah, go
we
ahead.
all fell asleep in the lounge, right?
Right, yeah.
In the morning, we'd woken up, all fully clothed. No funny business went on. We just all had a drink, chilled out, and fell asleep. In the morning, I've met this Peter Bonetti.
Yeah.
He had hands like two of my, how big my hands are.
Shovels, yeah.
Yeah, he had like hands twice the size of mine. They were massive.
Huge. Yeah.
Huge. Yeah. Goalkeeper had big hands.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, big. I remember Pat Jennings. Do you remember Pat Jennings?
Yeah.
I remember seeing a picture. Pat Jennings, the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a picture of his hands in, and they were like spades. They were like just like two shovels. Huge. Yeah. And then they put these big gloves on them as well, which made them look like... Actually made them look a bit weird, didn't they? Like a pair of hands with a body stuck on them.
The hand man. Yeah. There is a Pat Jennings actually over at Castle Bar, isn't there? That owns the Castle Bar Theatre.
I wonder, is it the same?
I don't know. I mean, Pat and Jennings is a very, kind of Irish name anyway. But
Well, Pat, yeah, but he was a famous Irish goalkeeper, and I don't know if I told any of you guys before. I think I might have told you, Kevin and Johanna, but my mom used to go to school and sit beside George Best.
Oh.
Yeah, she used to sit beside George Best, and they went the same class together. So yeah, she knew him. But her, you say to her, "My God, Mom, you used to go with George Best." And she goes, "Yeah, but that wasn't the highlight of my life." And I was like, "Hang on, when you're sitting by one of the world's most famous footballers."
Yeah.
Goes,
So what was the highlight of your life, Mammy? Oh, having you, son.
The highlight of her life was getting a snog from Sid James.
Oh, yeah.
She used to laugh at that, and she used to say to me, "Oh my God, yeah, I had a snog of Sid James." I went, "Mom, you're kidding me, right?" It looked. I mean,
Mind you, she could have done worse. She could have done worse, couldn't she?
I don't know.
She could have gone with Harold. Oh,
yeah,
yes, the old man.
Oh.
You just yes, the old man.
Kev, you do that incredibly well.
I know, that's quite spooky,
I
if
think
I'm honest.
That's awfully real. I'm going to get you to do some jingles for our show like that.
Yes, the old man. You'd be down there at the Derby and Joan Club. You should be disgusted of yourself.
Oh my God, that is,
I didn't mean it, Harold.
that's too real.
What are we doing for Christmas? I don't care what you're doing. We could do any impressions on a Friday night, maybe.
Yeah, well, let's do that on this coming Friday. All being well, we're all being spared. So what's got the rest of the week for you then, Kevin?
Work.
Anything really exciting? Well, I know. Actually, do you know what?
No, I love my work. So
it is,
everything's exciting. Is I find it a challenge. If it wasn't a challenge, I'd get bored.
Yes, I'm the same as you.
And I never look at a problem as a problem. I look at it laterally. I think, how can I solve this?
Yeah.
And it gets my old-fashioned brain working. If you
Well, do you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I'll tell you what. The thing about it is like I used to always say to the people who I worked with. I never say people work for me. We work with each other. And I always say to them, never come to me with the problem. Always come to me with a solution. Yep. And that gets everybody's brain working. So yeah, and I like that idea as well. So
yeah, there's always a solution to a problem.
There's always a problem. Always remember this, ladies and gentlemen of the world. Remember this and write it down if you want to. A problem is a situation with an answer. That's all it is. A problem is a situation with an answer. Just find the answer for that situation, problem solved. Don't get emotional about it, just deal with it. Now, we've only got 5 minutes left of our return show, Spirit Quest Radio and the Paul Francis Show. I am joined, as always, with Johanna. And, of course, the wonderful
Kevlar.
And I tell you what, we've got to get Maya in to do some jingles for these two, because she does these jingles so well. But we have come to the end of the show. I can't believe it. The time has just come up, clicking, going, it's about to run out. It's rocketing. So, all of you lovely people out there in Radio World, thank you so much for joining us this evening. You are wonderful, wonderful people. Please come back and join us this coming Friday night. Everything is, you know what, everything out there is yours. Just go ahead and grab it and make sure you live every single second of every single moment of every single day to the max. Create memories that you can sit back in later times and just go through it all again. To my wonderful pals who will be in Donabate this coming weekend, I am gutted that I won't be able to be with you, but I will be with you guys again soon, very, very soon, and you never know, I might drag this Kevlar git with me. He's Irish, so he'll be allowed, and even though he doesn't sound Irish, he actually is. But we will see you guys this coming Friday night, 8 o'clock. All being well and all being sparing, please enjoy your time between now and then. Until then, it's good night from me.
It's good night from him.
And it's good night from her.
Good night, you all, and stay safe. And please, if you would be so kind, take that moment out and send that energy across to my dad. And Joanne, really be safe, and let's hope you have a happy and peaceful birth. Good night, God bless you all. Be safe.
Love you.
Love you too.
Angels. Angels are always here. Angels are always with you. We are always with you. Around you, we love you. Ask us, and we'll be always with you. We love to play. We love laughing. We protect you. We love you. Call on us. We are always here. Angels. We are always here. And we'll be always with you.